Всем привет. Ну что, поехали побегаем. Продолжим наше расследование. Поехали. Доело. Так, это мы куда приехали? А, к этому. По адресу. Что тут у нас? Все хорошее. Пошли стучать, проверять. Что ли?
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news.
О, нашли.
Do you have someone who can look
Мужа.
after your children, Mr.
Сейчас
Tarleton?
это опять
I've been
будет.
trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules a man as a suspect.
Optimistic, Cole. It doesn't appear to be connected.
Вот, это сумочка.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Так, мы продолжаем дело. Ты думаешь, не имеет к делу никакого отношения? Так, поверну. Фотографию, почему?
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Я уже как детектив.
Need to check if she was a regular. If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Еще одна сумма.
So she went out without her handbag? She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Она без упаковки помада.
Lars was out in the rain last night. I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Maybe if... No.
Что-то мы пропустили. О, а к этой куртке я не подходил. Пробую это.
You can see if Pinker
Опять
can match the
8 минут.
impression to the crime scene.
Что, опять он убил? Блин. Что-то мы еще не на... Это мы смотрели. Вот, что за холодильник? А, это ящик. Какую-то улику не надо. Это я не нашел.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Сумочку я уже тоже смотрел. Ну, открой ее.
Doesn't look like anything.
Так, тут все. Тут все.
Seems irrelevant.
Я знаю, что к делу не относится. Тоже к делу не относится.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Что ж мы могли пропустить?
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks for your help.
Л.А. Музыка закончилась. Ай, короче,
For the
давай
record,
говорить
Mr. Tarleton,
по плану.
What is your wife's
Так.
name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. Can't be anyone who knew her.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
And?
I was playing pinochle with some of the guys. Teresa had a few belts too many. She said she wanted to go out dancing.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Why did you only report your wife missing this morning?
I thought she would have called up last night from the bar.
If Bobby Ross doesn't confirm your story, we are going to come back here and pick you up. This doesn't look good, Lars. Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true. Advice?
You want my gut feeling? I'll tell you. This guy did it. Now we just gotta find some evidence.
So what next?
You want my gut feeling? I'll tell you. This guy did it. Now we just gotta find some evidence.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
You nearly knocked me down.
The finest in radio entertainment is on A10, Channel 60. Now, national news.
Officially opening the nationwide March of Dimes campaign in Washington, Mrs. Truman and Mr.
Oh!
take part in the ceremony.
Where's that goddamn waitress? Fruit beers all around, dawg. That's the guy.
Пошли до бара пешочком. Прошлись.
Everyone's a dog.
Опять забываю микрофон включить.
Oh, that looks like a
Gents,
Бац остался.
drink? Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. You know, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
We don't have time for you to be making guesses. What time was it exactly?
Hey, give me a break. I don't remember it to the second.
10:30.
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure, I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. Can't let the son of a bitch get away. Go, Phelps, get after him. Come on, gotta ride.
Есть машину избить его.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Ну уйди, ты стала на дороге.
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this slut get away from you.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Черт, я его упустил. По крайней мере, упускаю. Нет, не упускаю. Сейчас догоню. Если эта машина быстрее.
Maybe you shouldn't have waited for me, Phelps.
Да куда что? Ты мне машину разбил. Чужую машину разбил. Мы преследуем потенциального убийцу.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. All right, you got me. I've had enough. Whoa, what the heck?
Put your hands where I can see them.
Did you land?
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Контакт с жертвой.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Он начал угрожать уже. О, нашу машинку вверх.
Isn't he the cop that won
Cole
a medal
Phelps,
for
badge
solving all those
1247.
cases?
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages for me?
Just a second. You have one new message from Lieutenant Fleischer. Bartender Benny Clough reports victim Teresa Terrellson last seen entering the yellow cab number 3591.
Can you have an APB put out on that vehicle? We'll need all sightings relayed to car 11K.
Sure, Detective. All radio dispatched now.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective.
Давай, проверяй
I
все
have a
это.
message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks.
See him? I saw his picture in the paper. He worked that case with the lady that got cut out.
А, где наша машинка? А, вон.
How's that just been paid look about him?
Пошли вы. И садись.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station, now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Да расступитесь, менты едут. Полиция.
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Are you on the clock or what?
Как оно
Where's that cab
потеряно?
got you now?
Слышь, я тебе дам потеряно.
11K, further on your APB on yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer.
Ну куда ты? Где оно?
All right, so where's the cab?
Где оно? А вот он.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's Bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Лоукап. А чё, я лоукап уже тогда были? Так, места. Подожди, а мне... Опять музыка. Ладно, поехали. Сколько вас тут? Мне надо развернуться. Имею право. Я на службе. Так что проезд на красный свет разрешается. И куда мы сейчас? А куда ж ты ведешь меня? Так, значит, поворот туда разрешен. Ну, ладно. Ну, зеленый цвет, он еще тормозит. Перестраивается. Вау. Ну я не виноват. Кто ж знал, что тут дороги нет? Ну сейчас уже на машинах тут не покатаешься, да? Нечего ходить в полицейского участка. Не видите, мы тут ездим на разбитой машине. Надеюсь, ее починят, пока мы будем базарить.
Hey, there's such a thing as soap, you know. Hey,
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Во вторая, по-моему, допрос. Да? А?
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got
Нет.
promoted?
Где вторая допросная?
Goddamn Bruins are having the
Это я
season
тут...
from hell.
need a drink. I got the jitters again.
А где вторая допросная?
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
Он во второй допрос.
Don't mind me.
What now?
It's open season on the Sailor. Let's take a run at him.
Straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
Это не тут. Это вообще. Что у нас?
Any ideas?
It's open season on the Sailor.
А, вот она
Detectives
открыта.
Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here.
Я
Jessica.
ищу ее по
So would be
закрытым
best
дверям.
if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Контакт с жертвой.
You
Давай.
went to Barron's bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. We caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessica.
Mm.
Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband balling, about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. Got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An all-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
Знаете чё, поехали мы этого допросим. Что-то мне не нравится.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. When do you have time to get downtown, Cole?
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Terrellson picked up.
11K, roger.
Поехали в лагерь бродяг, посмотрим, что он скажет. И заодно его задержим. Потому что разыскивают. Так, главное его не спутать. Надеюсь, у бродяги нету машин. Гоняться. Ну, может... Значит, будем бегать за ним. Бродяга.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic. We need to hold out for cavalry.
How do we do that?
Like this.
Fuck that, keep down, Phil.
If you want your rightful share, we need to fight for it.
Yeah.
So it was
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Все-таки все расследование. Нет, расследование не должно закончиться так.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
Положи тогда. О, газету. Я еще газету нашел. Сейчас будет флешбэк. Ну давай, флешбэк.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney. We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society.
Huh.
God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Не помог Шелдону убивать наркобаронов.
That's the guy from the paper. You can't do this.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Ты не досмотрел. Хочешь приближать нас?
Incidental.
Видел уже, не трогай. видел уже. Чё? Тоже видел уже. Да положи ты уже. Опять заново.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Ладно, пока тут идет эта заставка, маленький перекур. Повтор заставки.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Так, я вернулся. И как раз все закончилось, да? Что я тут еще не обучал? Нет. Все вроде. Ладно, пошли к машине. Это темнота, ненавижу. Это наша машина? И это не наша машина. По-моему, цвет похож. Темнеет и темнеет. И садись.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
Тут нету ворот.
We know she was here. All we need is a confession, and we can charge the bum with murder.
Или вот это вот. Какого цвета? Ладно, поехали. Дом надо же задержать этого, может он преступник.
Just go easy, Phelps.
Ну ладно, поехали по этой. Там где-нибудь свернет. Вон там впереди поворот.
and steady, come on.
Да, еду. Да ни хрена не видно, ночь уже.
If we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle.
Паркуюсь как хочу. Это ж его дом. И не это его дом. По-моему, это его дом.
What do you think? Search the place. We need something on this guy. Something that'll stick.
Это бар. Какая-нибудь зацепка нужна. Да. Положи ты. Что ж я пропустил?
Not sure this means much.
Тоже
Nothing significant.
ничего суть. Ты мог пропустить тут. Птичка.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Имеет наш дело. Уйди, дай пройти. Да. Мы все обсли.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
You want my gut feeling? I'll tell you. This guy did
This
it.
is any use to
Now
us.
we just gotta find some evidence.
Да, знаю. Какая-нибудь зацепка. Корабль. Лодка.
Junk.
Мусор. Сумочку. Давайте посмотрим еще раз сумочку. Нет. Что ж я тут пропустил? Куртку или до сих пор капает сколько. Да. Не нужна нам куртка.
I'm at a loss.
You want my gut feeling? I'll tell you. This guy did it. Now we just gotta find some evidence.
То же самое. Ну, кораблик, ну и чё? Тоже видел уже. Мы пропустили тут такое хорошее. Да положи ты. В комнате все пропустил.
Help me out.
Search the place. We need something on this guy. Something that'll stick.
Викинг. Ладно, пойдем на кухню. Но это не улики. Ни хрена не пойму. Опять запутался в деле.
Please, can I have some time to explain to my daughters?
Где твои дочери?
Search the place. We need something on this guy. Something that'll stick.
Да не заход.
No good to me.
Думаешь, в этой комнате вот помог бы мне? Понятно. Все обыскал. Улик. Пойдем соседи, может, допросим. О, нашел корабельный канат.
Teresa definitely took the bus from the Crystal Ballroom. You need to find that bus. You need to check the bus depot.
Слышь, я пойду его задержу. Корабельный канат там.
I can't believe Teresa's dead.
Ладно. Валим от полсуй. Правильно. Вот сел бы за руль, меня повозил. Вот с этими... Какая музыка нахрен? Опять? Ладно, по встречке. Они гордые. Едем на автобусную станцию. Ай. Надо завершить это дело. Пять часов утра. Вот так темно.
I recognize that guy from the papers. He's a cop.
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her husband and then pushed him in front of the car?
И
And
куда
thank you,
мы?
ma'am. You have a safe trip now.
О, опять это
Where are
был.
you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
Что, посмотрим?
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding. One of these days.
That broad has socks in it, Brazil.
You wait. 5 years from now,
We need to
all
run
our
the loop.
jobs will be done by robots.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Hey, there's such a thing as soap,
Какая
you know?
сирена? Где мы машину кинем?
Who caught the guy who was pretending to be dead?
Где мы машину кинем? Поехали. Давай садись.
All-American 7-4. Let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off.
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
Почему я в эту сторону поехал? Смотрим автобус. Я не в ту сторону, да, поехал? Я поехал, как он и едет. Надо было в противоположном. Быстрее было бы. А, вот оно.
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
That's no way to drive.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD. We're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers. He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
Так, мне куда надо ехать? Задание не будет ночью, да? Никто ночью не грабит никого. Вау. Ну проезжайте. Даже в полицейский участок не дают доехать нормально. Без аварии не могу в полицейский участок доехать.
I say we bust in there and find the guy.
Going this way.
Ну и куда дальше?
Advice? Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Мотив убийства.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrellson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Давайте интуицию.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
Сомневаюсь.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Я не того обвинил, да?
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
То есть сейчас мне дадут нового напарника, да? О. Хорошо, выполнил. Это нормально стал выполнять. опять к этому пошел. Крокодилу. Музыка опять будет авторские права нарушить, да? Да заткни, пожалуйста. Ой, без авторских прав. Вряд ли будет без авторских прав. Давай, давай, давай. Убийство секретарши. О, опять кто-то с Фомкой. Что-то всех Фомкой убивают это ключом.
Of course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year.
Ну все бабы у них пьяные.
Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
Так, куда мы пойдем? В ломбард, значит.
What now?
We need to follow up this lead from the pawnbroker, Phelps.
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
What exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for? This guy's got a screw loose.
О, день.
Isn't he a cop who won the medal and is solving all the cases?
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you distracted?
Поехали в ломбард, надо все проехали. Какая нафиг музыка?
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and
Наш
Rockwood
срочный
Street.
вызов.
Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
Со спецсигналом. Прием. Ну, поехали. Мы как им все по встречке. Что, спецсигнал не слышишь? Ну, тут бетонка уже пошла.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street.
Проезжай, мне ж надо повернуть.
11K, go ahead.
Damn it! I said cough it up! I'm not gonna say it again. That's it, old man. I've had enough of your gibberish.
Give it up, LAPD!
How dare you?
Его можно застрелить.
Hurry! You can still catch him.
Lock him up and throw away the key.
А вы не могли задержать его? Хотя это ж Америка.
He went that way.
Be careful. He looks dangerous.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
Застрелить.
Lay down to fire.
Я хотел по миру. Он убегал. Да, во, правильно. Ну, бывает, бывает. Садись, поехали. Док, мы уже второй. Музыка опять. Почему я не люблю музыку? Опять будет нарушение авторских прав. Ой, подумаешь.
Jesus, Phillips!
Да. Аккордно. Больше вызовов не будет. Да куда ты? Ну что, в ломбард едем? Пока он кольцо не татарил кому-нибудь, это в ломбард. Да куда ты не видишь, летит машина без спецсигнала? Я извиняюсь. Случайно вышел. Справился. Вы что, специально? Ограбление. Не дают мне доехать до ломбарда. Мне еще на дело ехать.
This is car 11 King. Go ahead with the further.
11 King, 2459 suspects sighted in the vicinity of the trolley station on Lucas Avenue between Court and Colton.
Где они тут?
You should have iced those folks. You leave no witnesses, you stay out of the
I'm not
poke.
riding all the way to Santa Ana and then on to Cincinnati with you pissing in my
But
ear.
I'm tired of always being on the lam.
I don't have a choice. A stick-up charge is still a stick-up charge, and I ain't going back inside.
You're both coming with me. Don't do anything stupid.
Ай, Бонни и Клайд, и все опять из-за девушек. Слышь, У них спортивка, так нечестно. Еще и поуправляемее, чем наша корыто. Да давай. Пускаем же. Так куда ж ты?
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Они в меня стреляли.
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road.
Вот зараза. Уйди ты от машины, бежит на машину. Вы, Бонни и Клайд, куда вы? Да вы чё такие шустрые? Где они? А чё мы тут оказались?
Hands behind your head.
Они еще стреляли в меня.
Car 11K calling KGPL. Code 4 at the Lucas Avenue trolley station. The 459 suspects are in custody.
Roger, 11K. All units, code 4 on the 459 suspects at the Lucas Avenue trolley station.
О, машинку нам заменили. Поехали, поехали. Куда ты? Куда нам? Куда? Ох, ё-моё. Ух ты. Поехали на наше тяжелое. Она прикольная. Я бы поворотники включал. Это включает, а поворотники нет. Раньше машины были здоровые. Ломбард на какой? Вот оно. Стороне. Поехали. Ломбард так есть ломбард. Все, пошли. Кольцо конфисковать.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Давайте это посмотрим.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Is this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
Ощущение, как будто он первый раз золото видит. Это беру. Нравится. Жалко, что это улик. Все.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Можно что-нибудь? Вентилятор. Смотрите, опыт. Ладно, поехали. Расследовать. Поехали.
We have a problem. We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Purpose having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phil?
Один и тот же, кто убивал, кто писал.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping out on his own vanity.
Ты на красный свет переходишь. Музыка напряженная, значит, что-то сейчас будет. Авария. И еще может быть. Ладно, надо до места преступления дойти. Надеюсь, больше никаких ограблений или еще что-нибудь. Видишь, тут машина неуправляемая. Трудно водить там. Ездит, сигналит. А как нам туда попасть? Ладно, съедем.
Calm down.
Нету машинки. Летай. Ай, надо мышку поправить. Ух ты, какие тачки стоят. Ты что? Сейчас. Вот эта тачка. Смотрите, как классно. Я уже на таких ездил. Цвет мне нравится. По-моему, она такая же, как... Я случайно. Я не знал, что он будет толкаться. Тоже знал, что...
You boys ready? Follow me. We should keep this development with the rings under our hat until we speak with the captain.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. Just
О, кого в этот раз убили? А, тоже женщина. Ты же смотрел. Комкой по голове.
hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Ёлки,
Something like
если
that.
на этом
Guy makes me sick.
стримите, забанят
Keep an eye on both of them.
в Твиче. Так, вначале смотрим тело. Как обычно.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
После полуночи. Ну давайте осмотрим. Нам с головы. С головы я сказал.
Smell? Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Родня здесь нет. Взяли руку без кольца.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Ну, кольцо на этой... Оно же должно быть с этой руки. Раз, два. Все. Все, смотри.
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Ну, это мы все видели, как ее... Да, понял я, понял. Внизу пятно, ты не видишь? Ладно.
Leave the car in front of the hydrant and I'll give you a ticket.
О, опять к этому.
This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Ладно. Сумочка. О, давай, читай. Прощение, посоветую по поводу одного.
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
Так, кто-то пытался ее вернуть домой. Мать бродяжничество. Такая...
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Что тут больше ничего нет? Поверни ты.
Maybe someone at
Пару
Manchester
мыслей.
will remember her.
Что тут больше нету? Что ты тут нашел? Что ты рассмотрел?
Excuse me, I'm short on time.
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Зажигалка. Пачки везде валяют.
Leave the car in front of the hydrant, and I'll give you a ticket.
Ну, видели мы эту зажигалку. А, музыка прекратилась. Все, улик нет.
We can talk about it later, Phelps.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now.
А чё я его отпустил? Может, он и убил? А ты чё записываешь? Ладно, пошли, позвоним. Товку. Я тут... Вот он. Бы из машины даться.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thank you.
Так, маленький перекур, сейчас вернусь.
What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Так, вернулся, поехали. Да и журнал, какая разница. Все, хватит показывать моего героя. Так, куда мы едем? Вот я хочу на пассажирском, пусть он ездит. Что-то я не спросил. Или не нашел.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
Well.
Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop. Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
You found her lipstick. What did you write on her body?
What are you talking about? I didn't write anything.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Damn.
Stay out of my way and I will stay out of yours. Everybody's happy.
Excuse me, I'm short on time.
Стой, стой, пресса, стой.
Never get into fights with ugly people. They got nothing
What's
to
your
lose.
beef with this guy, Phelps?
There are three kinds of people. Those who can count
Phelps,
and those who can't.
leave him be.
What do you think?
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car.
Ладно, поехали в магазин. О, подожди.
If you want a full report, you have to let me work.
Ай, дайте поработать, а мне ехать в винный магазин. На работе. Лос-Анджелес, Калифорния, Нью-Йорк, Нью-Йорк. Поехали в винный магазин. Где тут проезд? Как мы проехали? Я уже...
Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
People are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Да, в Китае
Watch your
красный.
mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Да. Китай победят красные. Он прав. Китай до сих пор коммунизм. Народная республика. На 57-й сворачиваем. Она побольше, чтобы там ехать. Побыстрее. Не, на следующий.
Easy.
Легче, да, легче. Зеленый цвет, езжай. Красный свет, что вы... А, ну да, ты уже тут. Да, я не виноват.
Oh, come on.
Он сам. Все-таки врезались напоследок. Ну, заходим. Зашли.
What can I do for you? LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins.
Естественно, у Rockstar есть права на эту музыку.
The road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. She wasn't always such a loner.
Были. Я знаком.
Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
Кто-то к наркотикам, а кто-то к алкоголю.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Фиглюна.
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
Статуэтка есть.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Ну вот, авторскими правами. Больно. Ладно. Все. Пошел. Да елки, тут была улик. Это уже тоже видно. Все. И больше нету. Ладно, все, пошли.
Question the owner.
next?
He must know something.
Контакты
We're
же.
trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Я думаю, это истина.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
С жертвой.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
Ладно.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Надеюсь, это не ты будешь. Можно мне бутылочку-то? Ходим так резко. Опа. Коллекционное вино у нас в кармане. Давайте. Давайте в боулинг, а потом в бар. Да вы чё? Тут не видите, менты едут без спецсигнала. Мы уже приехали. Вот и боулинг. Ты более.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tiernan. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in my mind because she was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find Jimmy, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am.
Он говорит, как будто она глухая, а этот говорит.
Would you recommend the special, miss?
О, косой кто-то, а я тоже.
Tiernan! LAPD!
Мне за ним...
There!
Вау, ни хрена себе.
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast
куда ж ты?
individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires! Another runner. Well, at least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run?
Give it up! LAPD!
Такую машинку, надо было в нее сесть. И что за машина? Нас-то покрути. По скорости. Нравится. Давай, LAPD. Классная, да? За которую мы угнали. Ладно, поехали на моей. Кинем ее посреди дороги, пусть пробка будет. Это прикольно. Поехали на наши. Вдруг вызов будет. Поехали в бар. Не везет мне. Вновь светофор. Ну о чем красный показывает, когда я еду? Вот и бар. Пешком можно ходить было. А бар на той стороне. О, приехали к бару.
Drink, fellas. Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
Какими теми ребятами? Один он сидит.
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and
Да он
strangled
орать
in the rail
начал.
depot on Santa Fe.
Okay.
Говорить нормально разучился.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Do you
Криминальное
have a
прошлое.
criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Сомневаюсь.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Товарищ.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
Я тоже сомневаюсь, что он...
I don't like you, McCaffrey. You look like someone who's trying too hard, like your whole life is some kind of performance. I think you need to give us something to get us out of your life.
I don't like you either, you pompous, stiff-necked patrician. You think I don't see through you and all the other minions of the ruling class?
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Работал? Сомневаюсь.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
2 из 3. Ну, хоть 2 из 3. А с тобой
You
она
a
не...
friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights. You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper. One more time, pal, and I'll break your fucking jaw.
Чё? Слышь, я тут убийство расследую, а ты меня...
Car 11K, Car 11 King, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central, Code 2.
11 King, en route. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
О, подожди, а чё у меня отмечено? В карте что-то отмечено. Это все. Кстати, тут... Так, там есть... Спрятанных тачек нету. Это мне как-то деятельность. Спрятанных тачек нет. Ладно. Поехали в отделение полиции. Ну проезжай. А ты куда поехал? Не видишь? Мы с сиреной тут. А плевать, едем по прямой. Я думаю, вызова не будет. Да что ж тебя так заносит? Доехали до полицейского департамента. Кто там нас ждет?
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
О, с тобой можно внизу.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence. got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into the place for him.
А, костюм.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
Короче, дело кому-то дают.
I used to be indecisive. Now I'm not so sure.
Ладно, закрылись.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Let's go muscle McCaffrey. You got the address?
Где этот? Дел тут.
I'm gonna get good and tight come Friday.
Whatever it is, gonna have to wait, kid.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks, ma'am.
Isn't there anything else you can do?
I want to make homicide.
Ты чё не завел машину еще? Отвез бы я адресу. Ну, я должен водить.
Let me pose a question. Depends. What's it got to do with it? Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away? Depends. On what? On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
А, ладно, поехали. Ну и вот. Полиция, поехали. Вау, не ту кнопочку. Садись. Ну а чё он на красный переходит? Убивать его надо было. Хранили отдела. Ну ладно, поехали. Все, фи. Вот кто так светофор делает? Прям с горки. Плане такой. Так, мы сейчас расследуем убийство. Так, вот это здание. Пошли смотреть, где этот МакКэфри.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Ой. На второй этаж.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
Воу-воу. Сразу кухня.
I doubt it.
Probably nothing.
Верно. Вот и Фомочка. Значит, мы нашли.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
Да подожди, ты ничего не скажешь? Коробку взяли. Пятна крови. Записал, надеюсь. Ну...
I don't think this is going to help us.
Она, видно, вину ему и несла. Что-то мы тут еще упустили. Смотрел я уже. А, во. Самая важная улика.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Ладно, пошли на крышу. Что там?
I've told you where he might be. That's the best I can do.
Я понимаю, но как нам на крышу попасть?
That's the guy. I hear he's an honest cop. Now there's an oxymoron for you.
Как попасть? Убей, слышу. Все, я нашел убить. Вот он.
Grosvenor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Не, ну он спускается. Да, он там ходит. А ты...
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
Их мы задержали. Все улики против него. Да что ты останавливаешься? Давай.
Give it up, LAPD.
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
О, главное ударить. Все, захватили. МcCaffrey.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it was that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
Да, никто меня не учил водить. На танках натренировался. Поэтому так и вожу.
Watch it, will you?
Подумаешь, задел. Вау. А, ГПД сзади. Да, давай.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellas.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
И первое.
Say, Phelps, do you mind if I get back to what I was doing?
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at it once and laughed in her face.
You're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute. But, you know, I'm not so sure.
Mm-hmm.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
If you don't give me some reason to think differently about this, Tiernan, I'm gonna have to go to the DA.
I drank half a bottle of scotch. I don't remember a goddamn thing.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Evelyn was beaten to death with a lug wrench. We found a wrench at McCaffrey's apartment.
You see? It was McCaffrey. He had nothing but hatred for me and Evelyn.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
Mm.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Один только правильный сделал. А где вторая?
He just refuses to accompany me to church.
Как они называются? Я забываю. Перверт.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Давайте.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
Mm.
We know that you thought enough of her to loan out your copy of the Metaphysics.
I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
And that made you angry?
Angry? I was livid. Looking up at me with that stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Aha. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
Там я сомневаюсь.
You're gonna need to do better if you don't want to swing for this.
I was having a political meeting in my apartment.
Cheese and crackers for the fifth columnist.
Some of these people will corroborate your story.
I won't give up names of party members.
Good. It's your funeral.
It's either gonna be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
О, 5 скрытых машин. Что-то мне не кажется, это в тупик зашло. Очень сильно в тупик.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training in
Кузов,
Syracuse.
воин, зараз, если не профиль.
Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Женщина, спасибо.
No. Straight through the red light. Bet you never saw it.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're holding out on us, McCaffrey. What other trouble have you been in?
I was in a few labor disputes before the war. I didn't use my real name.
Допрос прошел неудачно. Супер! Я 5 машин открыл, и теперь опять. 5 заново их допрашивать. Уф.
I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
I got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into the place for me.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Поехали по новой. Связь с жертвой.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
Бродяжничество.
We know that you thought enough of her to loan out your copy of the Metaphysics.
I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
And that made you angry?
Angry? I was livid. Looking up at me with that stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Ah. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
А давайте интуицию. Значит, ложь.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
I need a drink. I got the goddamn jitters again.
Где этот первый?
The main reason Santa's so jolly is because
So
he
what
knows where all
next?
the bad girls live.
А, надо же со вторым. Точно. Где этот второго? Где же? Что
Put the
происходит?
heat to one of them, Phelps. Your choice.
A nice thing about
Я
Egypt is
запутался.
don't talk about other people.
Так, вот я... Вот она, прям, около
Say,
выхода.
Phelps, do you mind if I get back to what I was doing?
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Did you know, Mr. Mikowski?
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
You left at midnight.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
Is this a picture of your car?
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. And he had nothing but vitriol for her.
Where's the phone?
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Ладно, не помнишь, так не помнишь.
Come on, Tiernan. Either you killed her or she left the hotel. Why did she leave?
Look, I may have yelled at her. I was very drunk. It's hard to remember.
Can I take this down?
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Вот, да.
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
Одно правильно.
She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Well, are there any leads?
Кэф я уже допросил.
Bronco, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I can break.
Help me out.
Put the heat to one of them, Phelps. Your choice.
He was in the bathtub. They'd taken one of his fingers.
Advice?
Put the heat to one of them, Phelps. Your choice.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
If it was planted there, then some evil mastermind must be at work here. You got a name, McCaffrey?
Tiernan. Who else?
I was under the impression you thought Tiernan incapable of tying his own shoelaces.
I got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into the place for me.
Да, давай позвоним.
So I gave him a dusting.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, batch 1247.
Кто же из
How
них?
can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks for your help.
Don't talk to me about Evelyn anymore.
No.
It's too...
Да он ее убил. Мне кажется,
Can't
не
take it.
знаю, кто убил.
Where's the phone?
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
So that's the extent of your criminal record?
That's right. I'm fighting for social change. I'm no criminal.
Запарили. Ладно, маленький пикатуры продул. Привет, только у тебя ник нечитаемый. Тут сижу, мучаюсь. Кафли.
I think we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Ебас метафизик. Ебас метафизик. На кефли. На кафли. На кефли. По-моему, так правильно прочитал. Так, давайте пойдем сразу во вторую. Допросим.
Put the heat to one of them, Phelps. Your choice.
О, а где она? Подожди, я запутал.
Having the season from hell.
Пункт 2. А, вон она.
Straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
Да, опять.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective.
Давай
Let's see where this
поговорим.
takes us.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
Ложь.
You have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
Да знаем, знаем. Книга.
We know that you thought enough of her to loan out your copy of the Metaphysics.
I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
And that made you angry?
Angry? I was livid. Looking
Да,
up at me with that
взбешён.
stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Aha. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
Истина или сомнение? Давайте истину.
And you
Я
have
уже не
someone who can
помню.
corroborate your story.
Ложь, истина.
Unfortunately, no.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan.
А, ложь надо было.
Make
Ой,
it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
ладно, по боку.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sack.
What do you think?
Сомнение.
Put the heat to one of them, Phelps. Your choice.
Я позвоню. Пошли этого тогда. Где он тут?
I was door knocking all morning, but I got to make in the car in the end.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Бродяжница, пропавшее кольцо, да, скажу. Алкоголя. Алкоголя.
How come this is so hard to believe? A man and a woman getting along, liking each other just as friends.
Ah.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
Давай
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. He had nothing but vitriol for her.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Ладно.
Come on, Tiernan. Either you killed her or she left the hotel. Why did she leave?
Look, I may have yelled at her. I was very drunk. It's hard to remember.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
We use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Can you bring me the file?
Yes,
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her
Опять
right
один
hand.
из 4.
She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle.
Это что такое? Что я не могу его допросить нормально?
Present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Пошли допрашивать Маккафри.
Door knocking all morning, but I gotta make in the car in the end.
Ой, не в ту сторону. Тупость какая-то. Ой, пресса. Куда это я пошел? Куда я пошел? А где МакКэфри? Подождите, я попутал. Один. А, это этот. А, это... Да, вот он. Я уже запутался. И отдыхать.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
So you're telling me you were set up?
That's my conclusion.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Где телефон?
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thank you.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it if you did that day.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw. It changes a man.
Так, на
I
этом...
came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch.
What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in the prison graveyard.
Что, не того посадил, что ли? Вроде того посадил. Что-то автомобилем большой урон. Надо было прочитать, что там можно было улучшить. О, опять флешбеки войны.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead. First platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Can we rally with the first and try for the Nambus?
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and infilade. Mate, we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes.
I'm in charge here, Sergeant.
Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant.
What's your unit, Sergeant?
We don't have time for this, Lieutenant.
What's your unit, Sergeant?
I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river.
My orders are to reconnoiter the...
I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
Да. Бывают такие. Так, поехали за машинами и будем заканчивать. Посмотрим машины какие. Убийство на новолуние. Знаем. Сейчас
Well done, lads.
скажут.
You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
Давайте с красного начнем.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. He said all's fair in love and war.
Свобода, слава.
To suffer woes which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night. Another snippet from the Shelley poem.
Да, я уже понял, что опять это драма.
No one else but the killer knew about this message. If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Muller
Hang
case.
on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start, gentlemen.
Как-то странно.
Ah, fucking. I knew this run was too good to be true.
I hid myself within a fountain in a public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to
It's
mean?
supposed to... Forget what it's supposed to... What does he want it
Where are
to
you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
A what? Story with two meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain, thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
I survived the war for this?
Пошли.
How bad is it?
О, а где это он?
The nice thing about egotists, they don't talk about other
Пошли машину всю.
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her husband and then pushed him in front of the car? That's the cop who caught her.
Straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
Поехали. Машины искать, потом дело.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Карта. Мне дали еще где-то скрыть. А где они? А, вот они. Так. Дальше это. Поехали. Да, посмотрим, что за машинка. Заканчиваем. Я ж отметил машину. Нет, тут машинка. Так, ладно, похрен. Поехали. Да, значит. Тоже машина. Поехали к церкви.
All those cases, Rusty. What have I been telling you all along? You got it. Jesus, Phelps!
Да не бойся. Мы за машинками катаемся.
We gotta get this guy. I know. Enough women have died. Yeah, and it's our asses on the line too, Phelps. You heard what the captain said. The department is not going to take responsibility for all those bad convictions. Success is a double-edged sword. Let's just get this sick pervert and have it done with.
Надеюсь, вызова не будет, потому что мы едем за машиной. И заканчиваем. Поехали дальше, поедем по бетонке.
You're gonna kill us! Hey, come on!
Где оно тут? Хрена не пойму.
Cole, come on! Thanks for your trouble.
Well, it didn't look good. 2 feet long.
Well, I couldn't get any shorter rhubarb.
Это ж не он? Нет, не он.
The minute I stop making desserts, you start asking for it. I know you, John. You're
Короче, я понял, что она выше. Сейчас доедем, посмотрим, что за машина. Я думаю, сюда надо свернуть.
I'm too sick to speak. I don't think I'll live through the night. I'm in such terrible pain.
What's the matter now?
I've got neuralgia or something. Pain starts in my temple and goes down my face and it jabs like a needle. Then I get dizzy and I feel as though I'm gonna fade away.
You say it, but you won't do it.
Это ж не ты спрятанная. Нет, не ты.
Something for me and end my misery. I told you I'm dying.
Okay, put on the light.
The lights are on. Take off your sleeping.
Where do you keep your stockings?
Это что ли?
What do you want my stockings for?
Это не оно. А где оно тогда? Это здесь тогда.
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
He's a waste in the police force. Good-looking boy like that should go into politics.
Ну тут церковь, тут спрятанная. Идите искать машина. Хрена не пойму.
So, you gonna see your married man again?
Это ж не она.
I'm a slow bleeder.
А где-то там. Той же не. Тут я не понял. А, тут фотограф. Сына. Да. Привет. Так, мне нужна ментовская баня. Окей. О, вон мент.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
Нету никакой ментовской машины. Ладно.
I'm sorry, sir. Police
Can't
officer.
do
I need
this.
your car.
You never convinced me. You just sat around tonight smoking and telling stories.
I swear that's all there was to it. Except after the weeks were over, they swore that I still can't to any man.
Там машина, которая мне...
Someone ought to take him home.
А, это...
Certainly not the same man I married.
Don't tell me there's a loophole.
See, that's exactly what I mean. No
Садись, давай быстрее. За машиной. Да чё ты не разворачивай? Да, давно. Я уже скоро заканчиваю. Так, надо искать толстую машину. Да, не успел. Я уже 2 дела раскрыл. Хоть кто-нибудь ментовский не даст? Нет? Ладно, поехали. О, стоять. Никуда не уехал. Кто запарился? Вот вас. Вы ближе к месту.
Step out of the vehicle. I've got an urgent call.
А вы не могли сесть сзади, потому что срочный выезд, вы что же менты? Может, вызов какой будет? Едем за машинкой. Пока до первой доедем. Что вы? Давайте вызов. Хоть кого-то поубивать. Машина все равно казенная. Так что можно ее и разбить. Сильно рано повернул. Вот это. Да куда ты бежишь через дорогу?
At least if you put the siren on, it'll let people know what's happening before you hit them.
Все. А тут тоже машина.
Whoa there!
Это тоже, оказывается, не да была. А, это, видите, достопримечательность. Ну, поехали, достопримечательность. Я думал, это машинка. Я не посмотрел название.
Easy! You're really starting to annoy me.
Какое-то бревно не может. Давай. Хочу менять. Я выйду отсюда. Машину не хотим менять. А чё вы упали? Люди сами падают.
Calm down.
Что, внутрь надо зайти, посмотреть. Кстати. Пошли вовнутрь. Там жетончик найдем.
You got a problem, pal? Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
This guy's got a screw loose. Whoa! Easy! Isn't that the cop who caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
I'm gonna get good and tight come Friday.
Sam's taking me out to Palm Springs for the weekend. Wow, that looks like a beauty.
Где жетон этот?
Going to church doesn't make you a Christian any more than staying in the garage makes you a car.
Only movie stars have things like that.
Где жетон? Только регистрация. Жетона нету.
He drove me up to Mulholland and we did some necking. He's dull as dishwater, but I'm not with him for the conversation.
Короче, нет уже.
If you were twice as smart, you'd still be stupid.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Oxymoron for you. Look, that's the latest thing.
Поехали.
Lousy bastard.
Садись, пошли искать. Что там еще? Там написано было 5 машин давай. Опять дали. О, спрятанный автомобиль. Есть. О, я этот еще не открыл, что ли? Примечательность не открыл.
You got a problem, pal?
Что тут нам открывать тогда?
Slow down.
Короче, пошло. О. И тут все-таки машина.
This guy's got a screw loose. Take another step this way, and there's gonna be trouble.
она не была.
That's the cop from the newspapers.
И что тут за достопримечательность? Вот она.
Whoa! Easy!
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her husband and pushed him in front of the car? That's the cop that caught her.
Короче, мы его в баню пошли
Such a thing
отсюда.
as soap, you know?
Well, you don't see that every day.
Я не понимаю.
You lousy bastard.
Что тут сделать надо?
Look, that's the latest thing.
Короче, поехали. Фонтан же не достопримечательный. Фонтан есть. О, далеко не дальше. Ладно, поехали. Поехали за машинкой. Это. Что тут? Так, подождите, а у меня машинка отмечена на карте? Или нет? Художественная школа, короче, не знаю. Поехали за... Где она? Вот она. Далековато. Так что едем за машиной. Посмотрим, что за машинка. О, вот теперь открылась. Давайте вызов тогда какой-нибудь попытку. Поэтому и взял ментовскую. Сейчас я чувствую, ее разобью. Ёлки, когда ж мы поймаем этого убийцу долбаного? Живой? Нет. Живой. Ну, живи дальше. Вы что, не видите, что это полицейская машина? Она разбита, поэтому сирена не работает. Пока едет, можно ездить.
Watch it, will you? Maybe I drive better if you shut the hell up.
А машину сменить. Все-таки доедем на этой. Садись, поехали. Поехали. А, все. Копы, вы вовремя. Мне нужна ваша машина. Свою разбил. Точнее, чужую вашу. Интересно, тут есть Студебекер? Да сколько, ты где там запрятано? Какая разница, не твоя машина, он еще разбухает. О, как-то она сломалась. Непонятно. Ладно. Следующий поворот. И вот новенькая машина. Заказов не было, значит.
You're gonna drive like this, at least use the siren.
И где она тут? Понял юмора. Да, что ли, заедет?
Whoa, if someone reports this...
Сейчас заспрятано. Ездили на такой? Вау. Кадиллак. Не очень. А это что? Там где-то машина. Да не нужен ты был, он сядь ментовский. Плохая. Была. Вон, смотри, какая. Линкольн. Я все понимаю, где он тут?
Just go easy, Phelps.
Так, за это опять забыл. И в этой радио этот долбаный. Да где тут машина спрятана? Нужен синий гараж. Тут я вообще не помню.
And now, national news from American Century Broadcasting.
Capitol Hill in Washington is again the nation's focal point as the 80th Congress convenes during one of the most crucial periods in the nation's history. Following the Republican landslide of 1946, the GOP now possesses a clear working majority in both branches of Congress.
Короче, отъедем подальше. Что сразу я? Вот она где. Прям на углу. Значит, да еще стоит. Сколько времени? Да. Это что, ОБС-то стоит, что не прокручивается? Так, она прям на углу. Где-то вот тут вот. О. Либо не должен быть значок.
He's good looking for a policeman.
This is an age when unforeseen attack could come with unprecedented speed. We must be strong enough to defeat and thus forestall any such attack. For these reasons, we need well-equipped, well-trained armed forces. And we must be able to mobilize rapidly our resources in men and
Так,
material.
значит, надо поехать сюда.
Should the need arise. Let us have the will and the patience to do this job together. May the Lord strengthen
Да?
us in our faith. May He give us wisdom
А вот она.
of the world in
Так, чтобы брался, давай я тебя тоже под...
You've got to be kidding. We're driving this?
Да, я шучу. Он с бочками. Просто надо его отогнать. Тут там... Есть. Воу. Охо. И садись. Сукер. Торпеда. Да, музыку надо вырубить. Музыку. Как вырубить радио? Как радио вырубить? Радио вырубить. Так. Так, ты чё? Поехали. Этим спрятанным. Вас сразу отметить. Поехали. Скажи. Музыку вырубить. Музыка. Опять бан получу. Нет, предупреждение, нарушение автоправ. Ну, неплохая машинка. Выглядит классно. Сигналим. Да вырубайся ты, радио, ты запалил. Или это специально, что... О, лимузинчик. Да куда ты едешь? Вот мою машинку. Ай, плевать.
There's people there.
О, на заправке опять. Такую машинку. Ладно, поехали на это. Что тут за машинка? На Папы Римского, да? Что это у нас? Кадиллак, таункар. Поехали. Так. Поехали эту заберем. Все, музыка закончилась, слава богу. Ух, ёлки, вот это ты неуправляемый. Да, скорости нету. Зато выглядит солидно. И живет, небось. Литров.
Slow and steady, come on.
Да, не получается, или не так
We survive this. It's gonna be a miracle.
Do I tell you how to drive?
Вот, давай ему поводить. Он что-то говорит. А не будем. Так, ну не тут это точно. Ух, ёлки, а задний ход у тебя вообще ужасный. Ну, выезд такой. Да, она здоровая. Ну давай, а тут что за спортивная машинка? О, вот это уже более спортивный. Тоже двигатель. Колеса черненькие. Поехали к следующей. Она мне по звуку. Ладно, поехали вот к этой. Потом последнее. Них. Все. Прикольно. Вот она красивая. Корабль. Едем, едем, едем. И... Ну а чё, на скорости еще неплохо управляется. Так, все, она застучала.
I get the point.
Бабенька. Где тут менты? Вы не менты?
Whoa there. You're not helping.
Едем, едем, едем. Зараза. Нам нужны менты. Ох ты какая.
Out of the car, police.
Куда у них? Да я бы и с ним поездил. Новый напарник был бы. А было поехать. Ищем. О, менты. Вот они, вот они, вот они. Стойте, стойте. А, сейчас их не будет. А, нет, есть. Мне нужна ваша тачка. Вдруг вызов.
I need the vehicle, officer.
You're a different man in front of the captain.
Он полицейский, а не человек, так что не надо защищать. Мало что подписывают, что я его могу. Ну что, вызовов нету. Сейчас еще одну тачку посмотрим. Поедем на место преступления.
Jesus, Phelps!
Удачно припарковались. Ой, совсем неплохая. Так, и последняя машинка у нас. И едем к месту преступления. Отметь.
KTI features the best live programming and transcribed shows. KTI 760.
Так, сейчас подойду 5 секунд.
Friends.
Так, вернулся, поехали.
What is the secret soap that the most lovely
О.
Hollywood stars use to preserve daintiness? Pandora brand toilet soap. The
Так,
confection's gentle white and
дорога чиста. Поехали. О, это скорость.
Slow and steady, come on.
Неплохая. Интересно, что за последняя машинка будет?
Calm down.
Они
Thanks for the tip.
Лапчик поуже. О, все, зашумело. Ой, колесо отвалилось. Интересно. А чё, ментов нету?
Hey, there's such a thing as soap, you know.
И менты нужны. Менты, вы где? Вот.
Just a scratch.
Не аж на выбор две машины. Ты посигналил, значит у тебя и контестуем.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
Be quick, officer. It's an emergency.
Ну куда ты вылез? Я хотел с тобой пойти. Ладно. Тот пусть бегает пешком. Ему полезно худеть. Вот, полицейский департамент я проехал. Ну, ладно. Ай. Вау. Ни хрена себе. Это хорошее. Все, доезжаем до этого парка. Что ты встал? Садишься? Нет? Садись, так уж и быть, покатаю тебя на моей классненькой.
You think that's funny? Driving off and leaving me
Да,
behind?
думаю, это смешно. Смотри, какая классная. Кабриолетик. Ух ты, скорость неплохая. Так, до места преступления доехать и не разбить ее. Поворачивает вообще чудесно. Чтобы сделали на ней сирену, было бы здорово. Да, по управлению вообще суперская. Проезжайте. Ну куда ты перестраиваешься прям передо мной? А, тут же зеркал нету у машины. И продумано зеркало. О, а на той были, и на этой были. И на этой зеркала. Почему на моей нету? Короче, не на всех машинах, да, зеркала? Это и есть. Понял. Тоже есть. Ну, на моей нету зеркал. Ну ладно. Так, все, у меня уже глаза слепаются. Вперед. Надо заканчивать. Давай, давай. Вот это классно. Да вы чё? Смотрите как. Вообще супер. Ай, задел. Я из-за них машину поцарапал. Да ты куда несешься? Да он виноват. Меня выкинуло. Справился с управлением на такой бешеной машине.
Just go easy, Phelps.
Вау, ты чё? Да, тормозной путь большой. Супер тачка, мне нравится. Мне что, полгорода и весь город объезжать, чтобы до этого задания, до этого дела доехать. Ну куда вы перестраиваетесь? По сторонам смотрите. Вот. Да, если он не смотрит в зеркала и не видит, что там несется. Долго мне еще? Короче, по кругу вниз. Поехали. Долго ехать. Да уйдите вы. Разбил все. Извините, я разбил машину.
LAPD, police emergency.
I find one goddamn ding.
Да садись ты. Садиться будет. Садись. Опять будешь ворчать. Вот вы что, тормозить не умеете?
Hey, you're destroying the place.
Это машина. Класс.
No siren, Phelps? This some form of stealth attack?
Интересно. Что-то вызовов нету.
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
Да, а нечего. Мы на вызов едем. Может, сирену надо включить?
Watch it, will you? Left and left and left and left
Колесо
again, right up your
отвалилось.
ass.
Ну я не виноват.
Are you drunk, mister?
Я что, серьезно могу ее догнать? Красный свет, куда вы?
Leave the keys, officer. I need to take this.
А второй может сидеть. Ну куда он выходит? Где этот? Давай бегом, мне ж надо на это. Я здесь. Там, значит, до... Назад и по реверс-стрит. Правильно пути? Вроде бы правильно. Доезжаем до дела и все. Задания будут? Нет. Да. Тут хоть зеркала есть. А это нет машин зеркал. Вау. Как ты? Я уже почти доехал. Вау. Завтра, точнее сегодня вечером продолжим. Да вы чё? Ни одного вызова. Ладно, все, доехали. Сохранение сейчас пройдет. Полезем в фонарь.
Rather you than me, Phelps. You know the local hobos use that as a latrine.
There is a cave, all overgrown with trailing, odorous plants which curtain out the day. Where
Ладно.
next?
Положил. Чтобы забрать, отнести это.
Elizabeth Short. Betty Short. Black Dahlia.
Elizabeth Short's social security card.
Jesus Christ.
That's not all. There's another stanza from Shelley.
Can you work it out?
You got a city map?
Ладно, все, будем
You can
заканчивать.
work out where he's taking us.
Ладно, всем пока. Всем до завтра, точнее до сегодня. Днем играем в калибр. Ладимся. Вечером продолжим расследовать дела. Спокойной ночи всем, кто смотрит.